Welcome all for joining. I'm TC Fit trainer Michelle. We've also got TC Fit trainer Kelsey and Kendall on the call. Hopefully you recognize those faces. And we're very excited to see a colleague that we've known for many years joining us today, Brenda Steger. Welcome, Brenda.
Thank you.
Will you share just a little bit about your training and how you became interested in fitness, wellness, and the breathing side of health?
Yes. Gonna make me go back many, many years. Well, fitness has always been a constant thread. Goodness, right when I graduated high school, started college, I started teaching group fitness, and then it just spiraled from there. I shouldn't say spiraled, snowballed maybe. And more specifically with the yoga and the breathing, I took one yoga class. I remember it so vividly. It was at Lifetime Fitness, and I left that class feeling like I was walking on a cloud. I was like, what is this? It was when just getting popular. And it's funny, the instructor, I asked her, I said, how can I get involved? How can I do this? I want other people to have this feeling. And so I started to teach yoga, and the breathing just comes with it. So there's a lot of classes that you can go to that they don't focus on the breath, but I've always stuck to without the breath, there's no yoga. And actually, when I was at the University of Minnesota, I took a whole series of classes on meditation, on breathing. I was very lucky to have some really good instructors. So it's always been there. It's one of those practices that I do consistently, and it's easy. It's a easy go-to. You can do it anywhere. One more thing that I want to mention is that I worked at the University of Minnesota on a smoking cessation study. We used physical fitness and breathing as our test practices. And what we found is that the breathing was more helpful to help people quit smoking and continue to stay quit. Again, because the breathing you can do anytime. So it's just one of those tools that if you do it, that it will benefit you. So I could go on forever about about all that, but.
And Brenda, did you want to start us off with a little breathing exercise?
I do. I think in our busy lives, you might have come to this workshop today with maybe you're already into your day and you've got lots going on. So I'd love to just center everybody and get everybody into a different state of mind and take a little time, give you a tool right off the bat. So I'm just going to have you close your eyes. We're going to start with something called the 3-part breath. So if you want to put a hand on your belly and maybe one on your heart, you don't have to, but it just helps to guide the breath. So you're going to just start out by just breathing. So don't change anything right away. Just breathe in and out of your nose if you can. I know it's allergy season, so if you have to use your mouth, that's okay. And you can take a couple of deep breaths to start. And then just settle in and just start breathing. It's in and out, nice and easy. And as you breathe and as you start out, if you just start being an observer, so you're just feeling the breath, sort of mindfully, visually, mentally watching the breath as it goes in and out. And what I mean by that is, where does it go? Does it go to the top of the lungs? Do you feel it go into your belly right away? Is the breath short? Is it really long? Is it hard to breathe? Does it feel sticky? Do you even feel a little anxious as you start to focus on the breath and slow it down? And now I want you to visually imagine that you're filling up a pitcher of water. So the area around your navel, your belly button, and all the way into your back and into your sides, I want you to imagine that as the bottom of your pitcher or your container. As you breathe, as you inhale, visualize the breath starting in that area and moving up toward your chest or up toward the shoulders. You don't have to get all the way to the top just yet. You could just go from the navel maybe to the bottom of the chest. As you exhale, visualize the air going back down, or that pitcher emptying. And if it's helpful, you could color your breath. So maybe like, pink or blue, or whatever your favorite color is. And each time you inhale, can you take a little bit more breath in? So maybe you're getting all the way up to the top of the shoulders. You're filling yourself up. And then right as you get to the end of the breath, the inhale or the exhale, just turn right around and go right back into the next phase. So when you're inhaling, as soon as you get to the top, go right into that exhale. So it's a nice circular pattern. You can feel the hand on the belly moving, the hand on the chest as the breath travels upward. Just do a few more here. Things start to arise. So as you start to get into more of this breath and you start to think,
Brenda, I think we had you cut out just a little bit here. So admit here. I'm going to ask Kelsey just to share a little bit about an upcoming yoga event, and then we'll let Brenda jump back in.
Yes. Hi, hello, everyone. So we scheduled a summer solstice yoga flow class coming up. It's a pop-up event. It's Tuesday, 6/22, I believe, at 4:30 p.m. to 5:15 p.m. It will be recorded. So this is a longer yoga class that you can do. I'm going to try to do it outside. Hopefully the weather will be cooperative for me. In years past, it usually hasn't, but I'm hoping this year is different, 2021. And so all you need is your mat, and we're just going to celebrate the sun with sun salutations and linking movement with your breathing and whatnot, and enjoy some nice relaxation at the end as well. So if you're unable to make it live, it will be recorded and posted to TC Fit YouTube. And that information is on the Champions events page right now, but it is also going out in our email on Monday. And if you're not on our distribution list and you would like to be added, feel free to email the Fitness Center, fitness.center@genmills.com, and we can add you to that DIS list.
That's perfect. Thanks, Kelsey. Brenda, can you hear us now?
I can hear you.
Perfect.
I got transported to another dimension. So
Thank you. We got about probably 70% of the breathing exercise. So we're starting with our diaphragmatic breathing. Do you want to take us into some of the benefits of practicing that breathing?
yes. So the main benefit, the reason why you want to get the breath into the lower part of the belly is because you've got a nerve down there. It's called the vagus nerve. And when you can breathe in and signal to that nerve that you are relaxed enough to get the breath that deep, the body can start the relaxation process. A lot of times we breathe very shallow, that fight or flight into the lungs really high, and it's more of a quick breath, and that's where a lot of us breathe most of the day. So we can get that breath down, you can start to make better decisions from a place of more calmness. Some of that mind chatter starts to go away, some of the to-do lists, and yeah, it's just a really good way to center. Really good practice to do before you make any big decisions, so, or going to a meeting or something. So
you kind of mentioned this, but we do have a question from the audience, is how does that diaphragmatic breathing compared to how we should be breathing throughout our day, just kind of our everyday, I guess our every minute breathing.
right. So you can definitely go in between. There's what I just call a comfortable breath. that if you're not getting all the way into that relaxation, where that would be more if you've got time to really meditate or you really want to sit and focus in for an extended period of time. But I would say trying to get that as deep of a breath as you can throughout your day is going to be more beneficial than staying in that shallow fight or flight. So the more you can practice it, the easier your body will just go to it. So, and it helps in everything. So, you know, stress release even helps in exercise, everything. I mean, it's a universal benefit. So
That's great. And you kind of talked us through this, but inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth, I feel like that's a practice we can benefit from at any time throughout the day.
Yep. So yeah, you can do it. It's so, again, a lot of variety, but in through the nose, out through the nose if you can. There's something called an ocean breath, where you breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. And that's really nice too. It almost gives you something to listen to, an audio guide, so to speak. So yeah, good stuff.
Are there any contraindications for our breathing exercises?
There aren't. If you are breathing deeply, comfortably, you know, we don't want to hyperventilate ever. Sometimes people feel really uncomfortable. If you have asthma, you just be careful. Just go at your own pace and just do it nice and calmly. But really, no, the deep breathing should be good for everyone. It's some of the other breathing practices, some of the shorter, quicker breaths that people might want to be careful with. But usually the meditative breath is good for everybody.
Are all meditative breaths the same, or what are some of the most common?
Yeah, so the one we just did is very common. Getting that, it's called the 3-part breath. So it's getting the breath deep, like I said, into the belly, raising it up to the shoulders and back down. I'm going to teach you another one called alternate nostril breathing, which is very common as well. Helps to even both. There's some other ones too. Like I said, there's some breath of joy that can affect a quicker, shorter breath, gives you more energy. I'll finish with that one today, so everyone can leave not half asleep. But yeah, there are a lot of different breathing practices. So it's to find one that fits you is best. So just remember to breathe.
You cut out just a little during the nostril breathing. Can you just tell us a little bit more, maybe even take us into that practice?
Sure. So the alternate nostril breathing, one of the benefits, again, of being at the University of Minnesota and having access to all the research is that they've actually done research on this type of breathing. So it's, if you want to right now, just close one nostril and breathe through the one side and see, like, it might feel a little like, oh, that one feels a little bit plugged, and then switch and do the other one. They might be even, but one might be. So if you have a more open nostril, then so say my left nostril is more open and I can breathe more freely through that nostril, then that tells me that the right side of my brain. Can you guys hear me okay?
We're going to have you repeat it one more time.
Oh, sorry. I don't know what's happening. I can hear you guys fine. Okay. So so with the alternate nostril breathing, if you have a more open left side of the nose, your right brain is the one that's on. So that means you can be more creative, you can be more relaxed in that side of the brain. If the right side's open, the left side is on, and that's your more analytical side. So the idea is to get both sides even. So if you're going into, if you want to be alert and you need to be on, or you're going to sit down and do your taxes, or something that you need to black and white really focus on, you probably want your right side of your nose open. If you need the opposite and you need something creative, or you want to calm down, you want the left side open, the nostril open, to open up the right side. If your kids are rambunctious and you want to settle them down, you plug their nose with some cotton on the right side, open up that left side, and that'll help to calm them down. They've done the study that it works. So Kels. So yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff about it, and I'll take you through it now. But I was going to say one more thing. Oh, if you're doing a yoga practice, typically, and I've always practiced this, is I roll everybody on to the right side, because that also is supposed to help open up the left side. So at the very end of class, your left side should be open. And when you come up to seated, you can test it to see. So anyway, I'll stop talking and just do it. So what you're going to do is you can kind of do this like hang loose type of a position. So I'm going to use my ring finger. You can put your 2 fingers up between the eyebrows, or you can just fold them down, and we're going to just rock back and forth with the thumb and the ring finger. So I'm going to have you start, and you can close your eyes again. You can start by closing your right nostril and take an inhale through your left nostril. And then close your left nostril, exhale through your right. Inhale through your right. Close and exhale through your left. Inhale through your left. Close, exhale to the right. Inhale right. Close, exhale left. Inhale left. Close, exhale right. Inhale right. Close, exhale left. Inhale left. Close, exhale right. I'm going to have you just keep going. So do about 4 or 5 more rounds of this. Start to feel if the nostrils are evening out with the flow, with the openness, ease of flow in and out each nostril. When you're done with your 4 or 5 rounds of this, you want to inhale through the left nostril to finish it up. And then when you're done, you can let go of both and just sit and breathe for a few breaths here. And then if you feel more like there's more air going in and out easily, that means that both of your sides of the nostrils are more open. And again, you're balancing, so you're at your ultimate now thinking ability, relaxed, but very analytical and focused. How do you guys feel? Did you feel it?
Brenda, I feel balanced, but I have a question. You did this kind of shaka hand, hang loose hand.
Yeah.
Can I just use my thumb and my forefinger, or is there a bent?
Sure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gotta be fancy with the
Okay.
the proper yoga hand. No. Yes, you can do. Yeah, you can even do it this way if you wanted, or yeah. So
my coordination isn't great.
Yes, right. Take some practice. So again, yeah, that's a really good one, and that's a good one too. It helps you to relax before going to bed. And also, if you're going to prepare to do any kind of sitting, so if you wanted to sit for 10 minutes and you feel like you just can't sit there and focus and get the 3-part breath going, you can do the alternate nostril, because then you have to be an opening, so it helps the brain start to calm down.
Brenda, thank you. You've taken us through the 3-way part breathing and the alternate nostril breathing. I just want to let the audience know there's still about 3 more minutes for questions, so feel free to throw them in the chat box. And Brenda, did you have one more breathing exercise you wanted to take us through today?
I do. So this is the more energizing breath. If you're feeling sleepy in the morning, I see a question popped up. Or a comment. This is a good breath to do in the morning. This one you can do, we'll do 4 or 5 rounds of it. So it'll be quick. We won't do a lot of it. This is one of those breaths that if it makes you feel a little like, woo, then just be careful with it. It's not going to be anything that's super intense. Sometimes you'll do this in and out breathing that goes really long, and it's like, woo, really makes you feel woozy. But this one has an inhale and a long exhale, so it's not too bad. So I'll show you, and then we can all do it together. So what you're going to do is take a short inhale, a short exhale 4 times. And then the 5th breath is a long inhale, and then a relaxed exhale. So it looks like this. Okay, you ready? So you can close your eyes if you want. So it's like, again, you're taking a swift inhale and just let your body exhale naturally. So it usually will mirror the inhale, the exhale. So it shouldn't be too bad. But if it feels really awkward, I totally understand. It's like something you can practice. We'll do it 5 times. All right, you ready? Okay, here we go. Inhale, exhale. Long inhale, relaxed exhale. All right, go ahead. Inhale, exhale. Exhale long. Number 3. Short and quick. Long. One more. Long. And exhale. Good. Woo! And awake again. So that's the quick. It's just like they call it like 20 quick breaths. So.
Brenda, I can tell we've just barely touched the tip of the iceberg on this breathing. Is there a best way we can reach you? Or I'm also going to open it up to any questions can always be submitted to fitness.center@jenmills.com. Or is there another contact specifically for you?
Yeah, if anyone wants to reach out, if you have any questions, it's Brenda at the letter B, WELLHC.com is my email.
Perfect. I will get that in the chat box before we are done today. Kelsey or Kendall, any other questions from your side?
A lot of people always ask me breathing when exercising, like, breathing in through your nose, out through your mouth type of breathing to get in your oxygen and whatnot. Would you suggest that when you're doing, running or an exercise class or endurance type stuff?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the more I want to say control of the breath that we can have. So the people that are more practiced, and of course, if you have it running, you're gonna go out running. You start to, the breath. It's hard to breathe, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not doing good. I'm studying through this, but the nice pace of breath would be like if you can breathe even. So say you take like a 4 count in breath, 4 count out breath to get it just that nice flow. And the more you can stay calm during your exercise, the better as well. Because as we know, exercise can be stressful, especially doing those high intensity activities. If you can keep the breath more calm and deeper, then your body has a better response. So better endurance, and all the other benefits. So practicing this really helps. Just really expands and gets that breathing muscle conditioned for exercise. So
Thank you.
yeah.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. We've come to the end of our 25 minutes. We look forward to seeing you in virtual fitness classes coming up over the next few weeks. Kelsey had mentioned the yoga. You can find out more on the Champions events page. And we hope to see you at our next fitness forum, Fitness Must Have. So all those fun purchases, what works, what doesn't, what's in our gym bags, what has been a waste, what has been successful. We'll see you at that event on June 9th at 11 a.m.
Bye, everyone.
Great to be